Okay. Sorry I'm a little late, but welcome back to another, well, 2 p.m.-ish Twitch stream. I'm your host, Strangebird Jim, and after I get my heart, my beanie on straight here, uh, welcome back to another Pega stream. We are going to be uh, getting into automating workflow decisions, the module quiz. And then um, we're going to be doing the challenge afterwards because I suspect that I'm not going to really be, uh, that worried about passing the quiz, and we can just move on to the challenge like right afterwards. Um, now, for those of you that are going to be watching this on YouTube, I'm going to be going into my normal start here, so feel free to skip ahead if you've already um, if you've seen my previous videos. But for anybody that's catching me now, right now on Twitch, or watching this particular video for the first time, um, I want to mention the fact that I'm not. This is not endorsed by Pega at all. Just to let you all know. Um, Nor should you consider this a substitute for, the instructor-led training. Okay, I am not an instructor. I am not a trainer. I am someone that is trying to work towards their system architect certification and maybe even a business architect certification as well. Um, but that's what I'm going for. And in so doing, with me uploading these videos, maybe you can get some additional insight. Maybe you can glean some additional information from it. Um, you know, it might be of help to you, hopefully. But um, but that's it. That's where I stand on it. Okay. Um, so I'm not an authorized training partner. This is not meant to be an instructor-led training. I would recommend the instructor-led training because one would imagine that they will take their job seriously. They will train you everything, they will do everything that they can to um, teach everything about Pega to you so that, um, you know, you learn the ins and outs of everything about Pega, one would hope. Um, and you can then ask them any questions that you might have, and hopefully they will answer it like right then and there for you. Um, my company led training wasn't great. Um, Me and quite a number of my other uh, batchmates, as we call it ourselves, um, we had an issue with the trainer that we got from the company, the place that I worked at prior. Um, and well, I couldn't get past the certification. I missed too many questions to hit the minimum. So, this is my attempt to get back into studying for it again and working towards eventually acquiring the certification. That's the plan. We'll see if we can get there. But in so doing, that's what these videos are all about. I'm working towards getting there. So yeah, that's it. Let's go ahead and get into the module quiz about decision points. Most likely it's going to be about 3 questions. Yeah, 3 questions. Okay. So to determine how to process a loan application, you configure an application to evaluate a applicant's credit score for a mortgage loan case. If the credit score of the applicant is greater than 700, the case goes immediately to underwriting. If the credit score of the applicant is below 500, the applicant is sent an email denying the loan application. Otherwise, the case requires a follow-up review by a loan officer. So, which flow correctly captures the business decisions described? So, um, so you run the credit check. If the credit score is below 500, they get sent an email for denying the loan application. If it's over 700, you go to underwriting, and it goes to the end there. Or you get a follow-up review if it's um, in between 500 and 700 there. So, I mean, this one looks pretty good overall. Um, this one doesn't work because it doesn't have the 500. So that's not correct. I mean, it still works per se, but it doesn't have the send email, so that's not correct. Um, Same with this one. This one doesn't work because it doesn't have the underwriting portion, so this one doesn't work. And this one doesn't have the follow-up review, so this one also doesn't work. So that first one is something that is the best one out of the bunch. So okay. Choose an answer that best completes the sentence. Automated decisions based on business logic enables application users to focus on decisions that require human expertise. That's true. Application users to mark a specific location for business exceptions that may arise in the process flow. No, not really. Architects to spend less time building the application. No. Architects to improve the performance of the application. I mean, technically, yes, but that first one should be the answer. Yeah. I mean, if you're doing automating decisions, then you should be improving the overall performance of the application anyway, right? Because you're not requiring human interaction to do the work. So in a sense, you are performing it, improving the performance of the application overall. But they're this is what they're looking for. You know that um, you know application users to focus on decisions that require human expertise. So, all right, drag the term from the bottom to appropriate business case. So, all right, so we have decision and no decision shape for these four cases here. Okay, so non-onboarding case requires that new employees receive an assigned seating location. If the employee is remote, it is unnecessary to assign a seating location or office equipment. Facility setup process starts if the employee is not remote. Otherwise, the process does not execute. I mean, you could do a decision shape there. Car insurance claims case always requires a claims agent to assess the claims report. The claims includes images of the vehicle damage. The claims report must also include them. I don't see a decision shape needed there. Um, Medical insurance claims case for flu shot or annual exam are automatically approved. All other medical claims, such as visits to a specialist or alternative practitioners, require additional review by a claims agent. I could see decisions shape being used for that. Um, a home appraisal case requires a house older than 40 years old to be tested for asbestos. If the home is 40 years old or greater, additional information is required. If the home is less than 40 years old, the appraisal case moves forward. So you can use a decision shape for that as well. So, okay, apparently they didn't like the decision shape for the first one. I don't know why, because, if the employee is remote, then you can bypass a lot of the facility setup. Um, and they're not giving any kind of feedback as to why they don't think that this could be used as a decision shape. I mean, I could see a decision shape being used for this, but apparently they don't consider this as one. So, um, I don't really agree with that. Um, I'm gonna ask them why this is a problem. So, so 1 second. Let me save this. Uh, no. Let's see. Choose file. Okay, hold on. I need to look at the picture again just in case so I can kind of form my response to them properly here. Um, so kind of confused as to why a decision shape can't be used for the first example. The decision shape could look at the employee's location and decide if it needs to go to facilities or not. If they are remote, then it can be, then that stage can be bypassed. Otherwise, that process is handled. Seems like a perfect scenario for a decision shape. Can you please explain why it wouldn't work? All right. But apparently, oh, God damn it. It has to be no decision shape there. All right. And yay, passed. All right. So we are done with that particular module and the quiz. So we'll move on to the next portion. We got 20 minutes. So we are going to go ahead and move on to the challenge, which is going to be concerning the workflow. So control the workflow based on business context. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that because, you know, according to them, it shouldn't take too long. So we'll see if I can fit it in within the 20 minutes that I have left. We'll find out. I'm going to go ahead and start up a Pega instance here. When customers submit a request for roadside assistance, a customer service representative, CSR, manually validates whether customer is enrolled in roadside assistance coverage. To improve efficiency, stakeholders want to automate this step. Replace the existing approve reject step with an automated decision that sends the case to the approval rejection stage if the customer is unenrolled. Follow the table provides the credentials you need to complete the challenge. So we need the username. We're going to be needing the password. Okay, so your practice environment may support the completion of multiple challenges. As a result, the configuration shown in the challenge walkthrough may not match your environment exactly. Okay. Well, I'm not really that inclined in using these walkthroughs anyway because they basically show you the answer. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of these steps ourselves and see if we can actually get the results that they're looking for, that they want me to do. So hopefully everything works out, but we'll see. So seems like this might be a little intensive. There we go. Place the username. Place password. All right. and it'll take a while to load. So, oh, that one, well, actually, never mind. I was like, oh, it loaded up fairly quickly. Well, kind of. All right. Remove the CSR persona from the validation stage. So in the navigation pane of the App Studio, click Case Type Assistance Request on the Open Assistant, and to open the assistance request case type. Um, ensure you click Lifecycle to display the assistance request case lifecycle. Oh, because it's currently on optional actions right at this moment in time. So they want you to go to lifecycle. Gotcha. Why it doesn't start there, don't really know, but in the validation stage, to the right of the CSR persona, click the delete icon to remove the persona. Because the manual decision to approve the case is being automated, the persona is inapplicable to the stage. So in the validation stage, we're going down to the CSR, and we're going to just go ahead and remove the persona. So then we click Save to apply the changes. All right, now that that's done, step one is done. So we move on to step two. Add a decision shape and change to stage to the validate request process. Hover over the validate request process and then click configure process to open the process modeler. So validate request. Um, that's not correct. Oh, it's this one right here. We have to hover over the process, not the step. So, and here's the configure process that it's talking about. Click add a flow shape and then decision to add a decision shape to this particular process. So there we go. In the decision shape, click the label and then enter validate request to replace the default label. So there we go. Click add a flow shape automations, change to a stage to add a change stage automation. So add a flow, automations, change to a stage. By default, the flow shapes are added to the center of the process modeler and may overlap. Move shapes as necessary to make the process easier to interpret. In the change to a specific stage automation shape, click the label and then enter change to rejection stage. On the right, in the Properties pane of the Change the Rejection Stage Shape, in the Stage list, select Approval Rejection. Here we go. On the canvas, click the Validate Request Approve Reject Shape, and then click the Delete icon in the Process Modeler tool to delete the shape. So we're just removing this altogether. So we're taking this and we're deleting it. Goodbye. Okay, drag the connector from the starting shape, which is this circle right here, to the validate request decision shape, which is that right there. So technically I could just kind of move this up here. And then we can just kind of, yeah, done. We can kind of remove that for the time being. There we go. Delete the connector that points to the ending shape. Oh, okay, well, I already did that. Okay, configure the validate request decision shape. On the canvas, click the validate request decision shape to open the properties pane on the right. This one right here. So in the properties pane on the validate request decision shape in the win list, ensure that custom condition is selected, which it is. To the right of the win list, click the gear icon to open the configure condition dialog box. So right here, modifying the, the conditions here. Basically when it comes into this point, we're checking to see if one particular, if one, if you get like hit with like two different types of possibilities, like, if this needs to happen, you go here. If the exact opposite needs to happen, it goes over there. That kind of thing. So that's what this condition is all about here. In the first drop-down list, click Fields, Customer ID, and Enrollment. So here, we're going to Fields. It was Customer ID, and then, wait, what was it? Enrollment. There we go. And then it just switches over to if it's, is true or false. So it's a Boolean, this enrollment. So in the second, and the value in the second drop-down list defaults to is true. Click submit. So we want it to keep to is true, and we're just saying, that's what we want. Okay. In the properties pane of the validate request decision shape, in the go-to list, select end. In the otherwise go-to list, select change to rejection stage. Otherwise, go to change to rejection stage. In the upper right, click Save to apply the changes. In the header of the canvas, Click stages and steps to return to the case lifecycle. Yeah, apparently we don't necessarily need to go directly to the end on this one. So we're saving that. Did they address the error? No, they don't address the error. Okay. So, let me go ahead and snip this real quick. Let's see. I'm gonna do that one. Okay. Not sure why we're having an issue there, but let's see. In part 3, step 8. In part 3, step 8, after clicking save to save all the previous steps given, received an error. Image attached, talking about consulting the system administrator. Not sure what the issue is. But this may need to be looked into further. I really don't have much more to give. I followed the steps given, so not sure what else to say. Okay, Okay, well, this isn't exactly ideal. I mean, at least the persona has been deleted, so I mean that's good. But all the steps that I did to get to um, delete that. I'm gonna try to rush through this a little bit as I can to um, try to make up for lost time here. Um, so give me a second. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. And save. Um, okay. That was a little concerning there. Okay. Okay. Well, it worked that time. Okay. So there's that. All right. And the assistance request case type, click save and run to create a new assistance request case. Advance the case past the identify issue view. Enter the customer information view, select the account ID of a customer that is not enrolled in roadside assistance coverage. So they don't have enrollment. So So they're enrolled, they're enrolled, they're enrolled, they're not enrolled, and they're not enrolled. So we're going to go ahead and select Sally there. Advance the case past the enter payment information view to display the prompt for enrollment view. I always like that make and model, blah, blah. Okay. Uh, Um, Advance the case past the enter payment information, which I just did. View to display the prompt for enrollment view. Okay. Um, let's see. Confirm the work, step 4. Um, and confirm your work on step 4, where it talks about after the payment information, there is a window that should pop up for enrollment. However, this window is never displayed. Um, I'm unable to complete this challenge because it then goes into an infinite loop afterwards. Let me go ahead and snip this real quick. I'm going to take the entire screenshot here because I want them to, I want them to see that, I did pick someone that is not enrolled and, you know, so, I'm following their steps. So, let's see. As you can see in the attached screenshot, it continues to loop back to this specific screen after hitting submit and OK. Seems that the flow error from before had greater issues to the overall challenge. Please advise on how to resolve this issue so that I may complete challenge and get the um, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Get the achievement for completing the overall extended mission. Okay. I can't get past this particular step there, folks. Um, this prompt for enrollment view doesn't appear, doesn't pop up, and therefore because it doesn't pop up, um, we can't complete the rest of the challenge. It won't allow me to complete the rest of the challenge. So, I mean, I could see if verify challenge will allow for it to check anyway. Hmm. Okay, interesting. Let me screenshot this and send it into them as well. Maybe this will kind of prompt them for this might help them and figure out their what issues they're dealing with on the back end, on how they're handling um, the instance, because this is not something that we're generating ourselves. This is something that is being already being generated. So um, let me send it in to them, and maybe they can figure out what is going wrong on their end so that they can fix it for not only myself so that I can actually complete this challenge, but we'll fix it for future um, uh, for those that are wanting to work on it in the future. So um, so after the two issues, I went ahead and tried to verify the challenge just just to see if the steps that I did before would could still be verified even though I couldn't complete the overall test. Um, got the following um, incomplete message. See attached. not 100% sure on how to resolve this particular issue. Please advise, and I will take what steps you give to complete this challenge. Thank you. Yeah, because I'm not quite sure exactly what they're dealing with here. I mean, I can try to look into it further. Um, expected target stage to contain alt, but found prim2. So, um, so, what this custom condition here, um, seems to have, um, an issue with, the um, alt and prim2. Although I'm not 100% sure where I can resolve that, to be honest. Um, let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything different there. Maybe that's the issue. Somehow it changed my stage from approval rejection to something else. It was at validation. That might have been the issue. Let's go ahead and try it again. We're gonna use the exact same um, information as before. Well, not exactly, but okay, there it goes. Okay, so Now they want me to run it again, but this time, select someone that um, has an account, and it should automatically skip that particular step, which it does. Okay. Um, Has to enter payment information view to display the select service provider view. Yeah, select service provider. Although they're not showing any list at this time, so what they're showing here does not match with what they have, you know, already, um, you know, they don't have anything for their one customer here. They don't have this database filled out, so that's, oh well. But that's all they needed to do on that, so there we go. Alright, so we'll try the verify challenge again. Okay, there it went. Um, Again, I don't know what happened there. Because I thought I selected the approval rejection. I might be wrong. If I was, if I am wrong, then it's quite possible. I mean, I was trying to rush through the steps to try to get back to where I was, so um, let's see. Yeah, this right here. I might have missed that the second time or through. So that might have been my mistake on that. Um, but I mean, I was having to deal with the error from before, um, so let's put it this way. The error that they give down here at the very bottom of the alt and prim, that doesn't give me crap. That didn't give me any information as to why it was failing the verification. So they needed to have a little bit more information there as to why I was failing the challenge. So yeah. Um, they need to like rework this a little bit more. But that's it. That's where we're gonna go ahead and close on down. Well, I mean technically this says an hour video, but I'm already kind of running late for everything. So we're gonna go ahead and close everything down here. Um, we're gonna continue tomorrow with the next module. I'm thankful that I was able to resolve the challenge in this particular case. I mean, I could send another email back to them and say, hey, I resolved it on my own, but I'll let them kind of sweat about that. Maybe I'll set a fire underneath them to try to figure out, what they need to do to try to fix the issue. You know, maybe put a better message up too. Would be nice. Um, but I'll let them worry about that. So we're going to be doing the automation shapes in the case lifecycle tomorrow, um, which probably will take the the entire stream, the entire hour for tomorrow. We'll see. Um, we'll find out. Um, we still got a long ways to go to get through, the extended, get to the mission exercise and the mission test. So still got a long ways to go. After that, we're going to do 2 business modules for the business architect, and then we'll come right back to the system architect and finish that off too. So, but that's going to be it for today's Pega study. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to do all the normal YouTube stuff. That would, greatly help me out. Um, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then welcome to YouTube. um, the whole like, subscribe stuff. So, um, that would greatly help out what I do on the channel. Feel free to check out the other playlists that I have. I have playlist for Unity coding. I also have a lot of lists and playlists for just playing games. Something that I enjoy uh, in the meantime. So, when not looking for a job and studying for certifications. So, Um, so yeah, that's where we're gonna go ahead and close on down for tonight on the Pega setting. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording right now.